I just hit the record button. So those who can't make it will have a chance to have this practice afterwards. So please take a comfortable and upright seat. So if you see me looking to my right, it's because my large monitor has all of you on it. And that's what I can also see in the mirror on my left. When I'm practicing and I'm looking this way, I'm able to see you guys in two different places there. So I'm saying hi to you because you're on this huge monitor to my right. Here is where I manage the Zoom room. So, and I'm looking straight ahead at myself, which is time to close the eyes. So take a comfortable seat, please, and you can rest your hands in your lap. You are welcome to close your eyes if you prefer that to start your practice. Every day we have this beautiful opportunity to be more present, not less present. To be more curious, not more dull. An opportunity to be more vital, not more lethargic or anxious. And right now, this particular time of day here on the West Coast, and certainly in Alaska even more, we are still in this sort of sattvic window of the day, the auspicious changing of the light part of the day. We haven't yet moved into the rajasic part of the day, where we seem to become doers of things. So sattva is the guna that's reflective, lucid, clear, more likely to produce a quality of mind that's spacious, welcoming, discerning, more likely to be connected to wisdom and compassion. So this is the period of the day where the dawn is occurring, from darkness to dawn. And in my neighborhood, in my garden, you can hear that there are still birds singing. So every day we have this opportunity to line up with that which is sattvic. Or to be tempted by that which is tamasic or rajasic also. And tamasic means inert, tending towards dull, stable, but with an inclination towards stagnation. Tamas it's heavy, but can tend towards apathy. And rajas is energized, but can tend to overdoing. Rajas is motivated, but can be motivated by unhelpful inner dialogue. So we do need stability, tamas, we do need motivation. Most of all, yoga is recommending we come to the sattvic perspective. And clearly you are stable enough as people and motivated enough to be here. So your tamas and your rajas are established. And we come together in sattva. Please join your hands in Anjali Mudra at your heart. And imagine that you're bringing together the benefit of tamas, stability, the benefit of rajas, motivation, for the purpose of rising towards clarity of mind and heart. And then allow your breathing to reflect this intention. So you may inhale a little bit more deeply down into your pelvis, into the pelvic basin, and upwards through the inner channel of the body. And you may exhale with greater patience and increasing tone as you get towards the end of the exhale. Tone the deep low belly a bit more. And now you can add to your breath the sound of Ujjayi. So place the tip of your tongue behind the top two teeth, hollow the back of the throat, and try to sense the whole canopy of the back of the throat where the breath passes through. So you're not pushing the breath just into the upper palate or the back of your sinuses. Let the whole throat be open. And through the breath and the Ujjayi sound, you are now getting the news of the day from your inner body. Like, how smooth is the breath? What is the length of the breath? What is the quality of your concentration? How do you stay with the breath? You're getting the news of the day. Please do 2 more Ujjayi breath cycles. And then releasing the Ujjayi sound, we will chant together Om Bhurabhuva Suvaha, the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurabhuva Suvaha, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhurabhuva Suvaha, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhurabhuva Suvaha, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. And with your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Please open your eyes. And please come up to standing. And so Alice will go to my phone camera. Christine, I love that you're practicing outside. That's very nice. Please come up to stand and take a wide stance in your jazz dance warm-up pose, like this. Yeah, and when you come into the jazz dance warm-up pose, turn your toes out about 45 degrees and press out through the inner thighs so that your knees line up with your toes. Yeah. And then gently bow your head so your gaze can be inward and downward, and try to sense the breath coming down into the pelvic basin. It's not important that you hammock as deeply as possible into your hip joints. In fact, it's not recommended. So when you're breathing in, think of the breath as massaging the pelvic basin from the inside. Concentrically, the breath presses outwards into the interior of your pelvis. And when you're breathing out, encourage a gentle quality of tone from your pelvic floor, left to right and front to back, moving up towards your tailbone and then up along the front line of your spine, really close to your sacrum. So you're going to visualize that tone then releasing when you inhale, not releasing like collapsing, but releasing so the breath on inhale can expand. And then gently toning the pelvic floor at the start of your exhale. You can think tailbone, pubic bone, sitting bones, they move towards each other. And there's a gentle lift of your pelvic floor. And maybe you sense that lift going up the front line of the spine also. Now start to take your jazz dance warm-up pose to your right and to your left. And when you're going side to side, you can keep the breath smooth. But notice how the shape of the pelvic floor changes as you go left to right. So when you go wide left, when you go wide right. Whatever pace feels like your pace this morning. As you go right, start putting most of your weight into your right arm, right leg. Let the left arm dangle so the left leg can straighten. And then as you go left, change that up so the left arm is weight bearing, right arm is not. And change that side to side a couple times more. And try to sense when you're going side to side, as you go left, your left heel should still feel grounded to you. And as you go right, that your right heel is still grounded. Let's go left one more time. Now this time as you go to your right, I'm going to ask you to put the weight into your right shin, right arm, right shoulder. With your left leg, pick up the toes and rotate. And then pick up your toes, pick up your heel and rotate. And then center, glide to your left, good. Pick up your right heel and rotate. Good. And then pick it up and rotate. Glide, lower the left arm. So it's not a useful part right now, it's a decorative part. And then rotate. And then float that up and rotate. And notice again, we'll do it a couple times more. What changes when you rotate? What's changing with the pelvic floor? And rotate. Let's go right one more time. Let the left arm decorate. It's not an active part of the pose. And it's true, your right foot is not like spot on the straight line of your yoga mat. That's okay right now. And one more time to your left. So you glide left, weight bear in your left arm, left leg, pick up the right. What's changing with the pelvic floor? And rotate back to your jazz dance warm-up pose. There you are. Okay, and now let's pick up both heels and make the feet parallel as you straighten your legs and come down to parvrtta padottanasana. Now when you come down, try to notice the changing shape of the pelvic floor in this position. And let's start making the practice a little bit stronger. So press into both feet, energize both legs, and use the Ujjayi breath that matches the quality of effort that you want in your legs and in your mind. So legs are motivated, the mind should feel elegant and focused. Now, keeping your legs steady, walk your hands forward to the pose called parvrtta padottanasana with your arms stretched out like you're doing downward dog pose arms. And as you're breathing in, lengthen your hips back, open the mid-torso with the breath now too. So from the pelvic basin to the back of your waist and your kidneys. And when you exhale, encourage a gentle, deepening tone in the low belly. You can think of the stability of the guna called tamas. You might even notice if the legs become more toned or more stable towards the end of your exhale. And with the inhale, you're motivating the inner body. The guna is called rajas. And see if the back waist can also expand. In both cases, during exhale and inhale, use the quality of mind that is most sattvic. Now pick up your left heel and swing it wide to your left. Pick up your left heel and swing it wide to the center. And pick up the left heel and go wide to your left. Pick up your left heel and come into the center. And then pick up the left heel and go to neutral, parallel again. You pick up your right heel and go wide to your right. Float your right heel up, come way into center. Pick up your right heel and go wide to your right. And pick it up and come into center. And then come to parallel. Now place both hands firmly and walk your heels and toes in to your downward facing dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So in Adho Mukha Svanasana, this is a familiar pose and a symmetrical pose. So you have fewer considerations. I'd like you to bring the breath smoothly down into the pelvic floor on your inhalation. And try to sense, since this is a familiar pose, don't occupy yourself with words like latissimus dorsi or infraspinatus. Try to occupy yourself with a mind focused on the breath influencing your pelvic floor. So sense the pelvic floor expands on the inhale and it tones on the exhale. And that tone is going to include the transverse abdominis across the deep low belly. Let's do that one more time with your inhale, please. And exhale and roll forward to plank pose. Gaze down between your thumbs. And notice here what you can do with the quality of tamas, which is stability, the quality of rajas, motivation, and the quality of sattva, clarity of mind and heart, and elegance in effort. Now as you next inhale, come forward and down to Chaturanga Dandasana. And putting aside that which might be in the way of your arms and hands, take the arms out to the side in a T shape. And now when you inhale, raise both legs, raise your heart, raise your arms and your fingertips. When you exhale, turn your head to your left and come down. Inhale, glide up. Salambhasana, center your head. Exhale, glide down, turn your head to your right. Inhale, glide up and separate the feet as wide as your mat. Exhale, glide down, bring your legs together, arms alongside the torso. Inhale to rise. So lifting is like rajas. Exhale to lower slowly. Appreciate the ground beneath you. It's like tamas. Inhale to rise. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Exhale to lower. Turn your head to your left. Once more, inhale to rise like you're skydiving. Exhale to lower down. Turn your head to your right. Place your hands beneath your shoulders, please. Curl your toes under. Center your head. Inhale, float up to plank pose. And then exhale, reach high to downward facing dog pose. Now, having done Salambhasana, notice what happens to your breath. Give yourself 3 or 4 breath cycles to really notice what are the changes now with your inhale and your exhale. What are the changes? At first couple breath cycles, the first few might feel like, okay, you're just catching your breath again. But then notice if there's a quality that becomes more spacious, perhaps, on the inhale, or a capacity for greater tone on the exhale. And then with what you've noticed, on your next inhale, keep your left leg stable and raise your right leg high to one-legged dog pose. And then exhale, right knee to your chest as you come to plank pose. Inhale, one-legged dog pose. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, one leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, one leg high. And exhale, come forward, knee to chest pose. Now step your right foot under your pose to the left side of your mat. And then turn your left heel down, raise your left arm up. This is a variation on side plank pose. With your exhale, lower your left hand like a decoration. Keep the right arm steady. Inhale, open to your left. Exhale, lower the left arm like a decoration. The right arm and shoulder should be absolutely stable. Also the left inner thigh. Inhale to open. And exhale. This time you get to touch the left hand down. So pivot your left heel up, place your left palm, and step back to downward facing dog pose. And notice how the two hemispheres of your upper back and lower back are experiencing the present moment. And then inhale, raise your left leg high, one-legged dog pose. And exhale, left knee to your chest. Squeeze the low belly. Inhale to rise. Exhale, squeeze forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, squeeze forward. Inhale, float high, left leg, left heel. And exhale, squeeze forward. Now step your left foot under to the right side of your mat. Pivot your right inner heel to the floor. The right arm is like a decoration for a moment. Keep the left arm stable. Inhale to go up. And exhale, roll down. 3 times more. Notice the strength that is needed in your left arm, but also in your right leg. Right foot, right inner thigh, and of course across the belly. One more time. And then exhale, touch down. Pivot your right heel up and step backwards, downward facing dog pose. And then walk your hands backwards until you are in the pose called Uttanasana, the standing forward bend. So when a pose is symmetrical and when it's downward and inward, you're increasing the guna called tamas, T-A-M-A-S. So we increase our sense of stability. Exhale completely. Raise your hands to your hips and rise up to standing. When you come up to mountain pose, let your arms relax. For a moment, close your eyes. When you come up to standing, you've increased the guna called rajas, which is motivated, active, has energy to it. But both tamas and rajas should be there to nourish sattva. So keeping your mind clear. We're going to step into Surya Namaskar. So I'm going to recommend that you have 2 blocks at the front of your mat because I like how it helps you to complete your exhale. Let me change the angle of my camera a little bit so you can see me when I'm standing. And so I won't have my head cut off on the screen. And step to the front of your mat and join your hands together at your heart. So for Surya Namaskar, Surya means sun. We're practicing as the sun is coming up even more here on the West Coast. But we're also saluting that internal Surya. Like when we say, Om Bhargava Sivaha Tat Savituru Varenyam one of the things that we're expressing appreciation for is the glory of creation, including the sun, the element of sun. So with this, set your Ujjayi breath into the back of your throat. Listen with the inner ears. And then you come with me as you can. So inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Please lift your heart, open your throat, lift your gaze. Exhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Energize your inner arches and your inner thighs. Exhale, bow forward, keep your legs stable, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide your heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, a deep bow towards your legs. Press firmly into your blocks to tone the low belly. And once more, inhale, glide forward, broaden the back of your heart, then lift the base of your skull and your gaze. Exhale, left toes straight back. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. So we're going to squeeze the low belly here. You don't rest on your right thigh, but you do come down. And inhale, crescent lunge. Keep your right hip and heels stable. Nice job. Great. And exhale, airplane pose. Even sweep the arms straight back this morning. Inhale, big circle, like the orb of the sun, the orb of our planet. Exhale, airplane pose, arms back. Prepare for a change this time. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And exhale, pivot with the right leg stable, warrior two. Turn your right hand skyward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side angle pose, right forearm to your right thigh. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side angle pose. Sweep your right arm past your right leg, reach towards your left foot. Inhale, rise up. So we're kind of using the arms there like a yin-yang symbol. When you exhale to come to parvrtta, reach your right arm past your belly towards your left foot, left arm past your head. Inhale, glide up again, both arms circle. Last one, exhale. And then roll down to both blocks. Pivot your left heel up and step backwards, please. Downward facing dog pose. Exhale to plank pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, cow pose. Bring your heart through your upper arms. Lift your gaze. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, upward facing dog pose. Nice job. Exhale, plank pose. And inhale, downward facing dog pose. Exhale, left foot forward between your hands. Press into your left heel. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, airplane pose. Reach your arms back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, glide up. That's it, yes. And exhale, glide at the pace of your breath cycle if it's slower than or faster than mine. So long as it's, for you, a nourishing rhythm, balancing the stability that the exhale breath creates with the motivation that your inhale breath inspires. Let's rotate this time, warrior two. Left hand skyward. Inhale, glide up. And exhale, first time just place your left forearm on your left thigh. Press down there so your right arm has full freedom to reach. And then inhale like a windmill. And exhale, use the arms now like the yin-yang symbol. So the left arm reaches towards your right heel. Good. Inhale. I'm looking at you in my mirror. The whole wall is a mirror, so I can see you quite well. Inhale. So the left hip and leg should be very stable here. Your pelvis is moving. When you come to side angle pose, you do tip your pelvis left. When you rise up to warrior two, you do want to level your pelvis off. Here's the last one. And then roll down with your right hand, left hand to your blocks. Inhale, step backwards, downward facing dog pose. Now exhale to plank, gaze down between your thumbs. Inhale to cat pose, gaze down between your knees. Exhale to cow pose, bring your heart and your gaze forward. Inhale, upward facing dog pose. Yes, so beautiful. Thank you. Lift your gaze, open your throat. And exhale, plank. And inhale, downward facing dog pose. Gaze back between your heels, please, and rest your mind so you have enough stability from tamas, arms and legs, and your exhale breath. And enough motivation from rajas, your inhale breath, the way you enthuse your body. We want to create a cultivated quality of sattva. And press into both hands and arms, and please step 1 foot forward at a time. Come back to the front of your yoga mat. And exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. Reach around to interlace your fingers at the small of your back. Roll your shoulders open. Lengthen the back of your neck. With your inhale, let the torso come slightly forward like a curtain in a breeze. With your exhale, take that curtain back towards the screen on the window. Tone your deep low belly. And then inhale, rise up to standing hands clasped. Raise your heart up, lift your gaze, and then relax both arms. You're going to stand in mountain pose. In mountain pose, try to check these 3 qualities. You have tamas, you're stable enough. Rajas, energized enough. And then sattva, clear and lucid, present. A sense of being with all that is. Being a part of all that is. Now we're going to do a breathing practice right here to see what we can do for the pelvis. So I'm going to recommend that you take a seat on a blanket in Zazen. So we've been modifying this breathing practice the last couple of days, and something that people have said has been very positive for them is if you take a blanket, and the blanket is going to go under your knees. The benefit of this blanket is that when your knees are elevated and you come down towards what'll look a little bit like child's pose, when you come down, you've got the knees elevated, the elbows come down to the floor, the amount of flexion in the lower back here is increased. And it's also, what some have said is that they don't feel like they're going to tip forward onto their head. Because you're up on a block, I don't want you to feel like you're going to tip, dink onto your head for this breathing practice. I am going to recommend that you have a block here, and maybe you have 2 or 3 blocks, so you can check and see when you come down, what does it take to support your head right there? Okay, and so once you have those things, please come to Vajrasana. Also called Zazen, means that you're sitting upright. Let your mind get quiet before we practice this pranayama. It's very powerful pranayama, very strong practice. So come into it with the most clarity that you can. So first we will do Kappalabhati, a quick kriya for cleansing. For those who need to, you could place your hand on your solar plexus to remind yourself that the exhale is expelled from here, not from your face, and we're not moving the whole body to exhale. So you can follow my pace, please. We'll go out through the nose. Exhale completely through the nose. Inhale through your nose, fill up the torso and hold the breath. Exhale through the nose, exhale completely. Relax a few moments right here. Now we're going to repeat that. You may place one hand on the solar plexus. You may not need that. Let's take a brief, like half inhale, then we'll go together. Exhale completely. Inhale from the bottom to the top, up to the heart. Hold your inhale. Exhale through the nose. Exhale completely and slowly tone the low belly to the end, the end, the end of the exhale. And then you practice deeply relaxing the belly. So the next inhale, this visits the body. It comes right in. Invite your mind to become really clear, for your body to be very stable. And the breath simple and smooth. Now we're going to use the sound of hum for the exhale. So we go like this. You can follow me. You're going to raise the arms on your inhalation, coming up like the orb of the sun, the earth, the moon. And then we exhale down using the sound of hum. Hum. Allow the next gentle inhale to just visit the belly. And then hands to your knees, press up. Let's repeat that. Inhale, Ujjayi. And forward. Just allow the inhale to blossom into the body. You're not controlling that inhale. You did tone the belly as much as possible with the M sound, and then you allow the inhale. Place your hands on your knees again, press up. We'll do this one more time. So it's Ujjayi inhale, raise your arms. Yes, very good. And then exhale. And then hands to your knees, and please press up just to kneeling. Listen for the possibility that your mind becomes more sattvic, more quiet and lucid, without the urgency that rajas is inclined to, without the dullness that tamas moves towards. And you may, keeping awareness of what that elicits, we will come back to pranayama. So right now I'm going to ask you to have 2 blocks, and let's keep the left knee on your blanket. Step your right foot forward. I'm going to back mine up so I'll stay within your view on the camera. So I would like your left knee to be behind you. We're going to work with the savas, the ilyakas, the TFL. So if you put the blocks on the tall setting to start, when you come forward like this, I do want you to be able to sense the left hip flexors. Press firmly into both hands on your blocks. So you're going to tone the deep low belly, that's right. You can have your gaze kind of down and in. Bring with you the sattvic mind from pranayama to say hello to your left hip flexors. You have your left knee on a blanket, so I'm going to recommend that you point the toes of your left foot behind you. The top of your left foot can be on the floor. And take another breath in. Now press firmly into your left hand for stability right here on the block. Reach your right arm back. And as you bend your left knee, hold your right hand on your left foot, the top of your left foot. And you can twist your upper body gently to your right. So I am holding my foot back here. I can't show you very well because I don't have another camera, but when you bend the left leg, you can reach back and hold the top of your left foot with your right hand. Twist your right shoulder to the right. Make the left arm strong, please. And think of the sattvic quality of mind that you can bring to any circumstance, even the sensations of your left hip flexors. Om Bhagava Svam Tatsavitur Varenyam. And lower your left toes down. Center your hips and pelvis. Good. Now, keeping both arms and hands stable, straighten your right leg and your left leg so the pose becomes a variation on parvrtta. Right leg straight in front, left leg straight behind you but with your heel lifted. Take a deep breath in. And then turn your left heel slowly to the floor behind you. Press firmly into your right hand, the block, and let the left arm be a decoration again. Rotate your left hip, low belly. Tone your right outer hip. Lengthen your right inner thigh. Press into your right arm, turn your belly button. Then turn your mid belly, rib cage. Press into your right arm, turn your heart. And then finally, raise your left arm up. Notice the quality of sattva that is possible. So if the pose is stable enough, it can be open in any decorative manner that your left arm would enjoy, but with a sattvic quality of mind, which means a mind free from grasping and aversion, a mind that can approach any circumstance free from grasping and aversion. And very slowly, keep the right arm strong, please, but slowly bring your left arm down and down back to its decoration position. Rotate your left shoulder blade, left upper back, but not yet your left hip. Keep the right arm strong. Begin to bend your right knee. Keep the right arm strong, the left arm dangles like a decoration. Pivot your left heel up and then place your left hand on the block. Let's put the blocks down to the medium setting because it's easier for the stability of changing sides. So step backwards over your blanket with your right foot and then step forward over your blanket with your left foot. Touch the right knee down, return your blocks to the tall setting. Okay, nice job. So you want both blocks to be stable, both arms are strong. Let the hips come easefully forward. You can gaze down so your head is not lifting the chin up, where we tend to lose some tone in the belly. Let's say hello to your right hip flexors. They're saying hello to you. Try to bring the sattvic quality of your mind into the circumstance here. So not allowing the mind to veer into apathy nor aggression. That would be tamas and rajas out of balance. But also not going into a sort of dissociation or helicoptering the mind up and out, which would be like sattva out of balance. And so with the toes of your right foot pointed behind you, that means the top of the foot is on the floor. Press into your right forearm, right wrist, right hand. Reach back with your left. And as you bend your right knee, you can hold the top of your right foot with your left hand. And then twist to your left, please. If possible, keep your left knee in line with the toes of your left foot. That's your front knee. You can say hello to your right hip flexors. Yeah. Om Bhagava Swam Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. You may release, and let's put both hands on the blocks so that they're stable. Curl your right toes under and straighten both legs. And then as you press down into both hands and arms, energize your left leg, pivot your right heel slowly to the floor, and let the right arm dangle like a decoration, while keeping the left arm, your left leg, your right leg stable and strong. And then start turning first from your pelvis. So draw your right hip back, turn your right low belly, lengthen your left inner thigh, tone your left outer hip. Root your tailbone. Get to know these internal actions that create this stability. Rotate your mid-belly and your belly button. Then your chest and your heart. Make the left arm strong. And then glide your right arm up. So the right arm gets to improvise. It gets to explore. Whatever sort of creative, inspired, intelligent movement, but while keeping both legs and your left arm stable, and the mind free from grasping and aversion. You may certainly have preferences, but preferences without agitation, without clinging. Let's do another couple breath cycles. And then slowly bring this back down. So let's keep the left arm strong and let the right arm dangle while your pelvis still rotates to your right, rotating the right shoulder blade and arm down towards the floor. So the upper torso is unwinding first. Then bend your left knee. Pivot your right heel up. You can take both blocks again. Put the blocks down to the medium setting because they'll be more stable. And step your left foot backwards over the blanket. And roll forward. Touch the knees down, take one block, and sit in Vajrasana. Notice what is occurring. We're going to be moving to a breathing practice called Mahamudra, means the great mudra. And to get ready for that, we'll do one practice sitting right here. So my recommendation right now is that you check and see if you put the hands behind you and you bow forward, will your head reach the block that you have set up there for yourself? And then rise up to sitting. Okay. So when we're up here, we're going to be inhaling smoothly. And we try to encompass the whole torso for the inhale. When we exhale, we're exhaling the breath out and out and out. And then we're going to be keeping the exhale out. We hold it out, but we are going to deeply relax the low belly. And there'll be this internal suctioning that happens in the inner belly, pelvic floor, and throat. We will then release that suction, which are called bandhas, and we'll inhale to roll back up. Let's try it together. Okay, so hands lightly at the small of your back. Please inhale through your nose. And exhale to come down. So you are squeezing the belly and gently toning the deepest part of the belly to complete your exhale. Make that the most toned belly you can. And then without inhaling, deeply relax those same belly muscles. Then inhale through your nose and glide slowly back up. And exhale to proceed. Do not make yourself breathless. Do one more repetition. And then release your hands to your lap. And approach the present moment without grasping or aversion, without dullness or apathy. And then please take a seat on your blanket for this practice. It's very strong, called Maha Mudra. And the word Maha, you hear that when we say Mahatma Gandhi, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Maha Mrityunjaya mantra. Maha means great, means very powerful. Excuse me. So bring your left leg in, right leg forward. This is done in the position called Janu Sirsasana. It's like secret teachings, you guys. So you're in the secret teaching club now. So what's going to happen is you can either use a strap or your hands to hold your foot. And you do want this to be like a kind of traction. So I'm going to inhale. And at the top of my inhale, the spine gets longer. Then I'll exhale, toning the low belly. At the end of the exhale, I'll make that same exhale suspension that we were just doing. And during that exhale suspension, I will bow forward. And then I'll inhale to come back up to this position. So let's try it. Either you can follow me right now as I'm describing it and doing it, or you can watch me the first time through. So this is the Ujjayi. Inhale, the spine getting longer. And then Ujjayi, exhale, the inner spine also getting longer. And then holding the exhale out while the belly was very toned At the end of the exhale, it then deeply relaxes. And with exhale suspension, we're going to bow over the right leg. And we inhale to glide back up. Exhale. Suspension. Inhale. Exhale. Suspension. Inhale. And release. Bring your torso upright. We're going to change legs. And again, you can use a strap and you don't have to bend as far forward as I'm bending. And if this is your first time ever, keep it curious and open. You don't have to get this precisely right now. So a strap or your fingers. Ujjayi inhale. Exhale. While pulling up through the spine, start your suspension. Then bowing forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, make the inner spine longer. And inhale to rise. Exhale while you're upright, last one. During the suspension, we bow forward just momentarily. And bring yourself back. And come to sitting quietly. Try to sense the balance between tamas, that which stabilizes you, rajas, that which motivates or energizes you in a good direction, and then sattva, the quality of clarity or lucidity. Those of you who would like, you can stay in meditation And those who need can have a time for Shavasana, and then I'll call you back up to rejoin us in meditation. Whether you're in meditation or Shavasana, this is a really important time to be deeply quiet in the mind. Let nothing distract you. Invite your mind to stay very present. The body can be really still. Your heart, a source of wisdom. If you've been resting in Shavasana, please quietly come back up to sitting as you can. And then for everyone, please bring your hands to your heart. And we'll sing and call in response. Let's notice how it is for you this time. Om Bhurva Svaha. Om Bhurva Svaha. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. Thank you also to my teachers and to all of you for being teachers as well. So I'm going to come up to visit with you for a few minutes, find out how you are and what questions you have. So Alice, we can come back to my first camera, please. In order to see you guys, I'm going to put these ones back on. So nice to see you.